Hey everybody, welcome back to the Desk of Interesting Things here on the channel. It's been a little while for an unboxing, but we got something cool in the mail here at the office a couple of days ago. Now, we weren't expecting anything to come in, so this was a surprise to us, but once we opened it up, we knew where it came from. So this actually goes back several months, all the way back to January when we were at CES in Las Vegas. We go every year, we cover that event, and we talk to a lot of smaller up-and-coming people and companies and groups that often get kind of overlooked by the major outlets. Some of the stuff that's happening in other sectors is actually pretty cool. This is one of them. This is gaming related from a company that's trying to do some new and interesting things with regards to mobile gaming. So let's open it up and see what we have for you here. So we've got a box. So let's pull this bad boy out, and we'll put this on the table as I bump everything. And we've got our media influencer kit, so we'll go over that later. This is ELO, or ELO, a gaming company. Now what this is kind of cool. So let's open this up, see if we can save this bag. This is an influencer kit for us that aren't influencers. At least we don't consider ourselves that way. It's very strange. Let's get this stuff out of the way. This is the ELO Vagabond. Okay, this is a mobile gaming controller. Works for Android, iPhone, and iPad. I specifically talked to them about this because I was in the market looking for a nice controller for my iPad. I tend to do a lot of my gaming on iPad simply because it has that bigger screen. And I haven't been able to find a controller for the newer iPad that kind of has the weight to hold it up and isn't like this flimsy kind of little joystick sort of thing. Now this is a serious piece of kit here. So let's open it up together. And my iPad over there knows I'm talking about it. So here we go. Let's see what they have to say. Powering pros, creating legends. Welcome to the elite inner circle of ELO, where greatness is not for everybody, but for the worthy few. You have risen to the challenge and proven yourself among the greatest, and now it's time to join us in our relentless pursuit of victory. We're driven by an unyielding passion for gaming, and we're determined to create products that are uncompromising, unforgiving, and forged for champions. With ELO, you are now part of a community of legendary gamers who are united in their obsession for victory. Welcome to the world. Okay, and this is the device. So there's a couple of things to note with this as we pull this out. Let's flip this back up. It comes with an ELO app. We looked into this when we talked about it. It's incredibly well supported, robust. It does let you do all sorts of things. Here is also the quick start guide on the back. Installing adapters, insert phone, and your seating phone. Now, this has adapters. Now, those adapters are actually going to help with your phone, and this is a nice piece of kit. It's going to help with different size phones and iPads and stuff, so it will securely fit. Pulls back out, locks in. So we have a couple of things to look at here. We've got 4 face buttons, clicky buttons. I like that, but they are not loud. We've got the ELO button, which is going to serve as a home button. Got another button here, 3, and an extra button there. We've got a D-pad here on the bottom. Has a little click to it. Feels okay. On the back of the device, we have M2 and M1 buttons. These, I assume, are going to be programmable because you still have your trigger buttons here on the top. Now, on the bottom, you have a headphone port, which is actually really cool, and you have USB-C charging. I believe that's pass-through charging as well, so you can have it plugged in. And this one is USB-C. You can see here that it does adjust. You can see it kind of angles up and down, including with the spacer. So it depends on your phone. They specifically said that they helped design this with the idea that you're going to have your case on your phone, right? You're not going to want to game and let other things get in the way. So you're not going to pull out your phone, take your case off, pull out your controller, and try to fiddle with that in. So they wanted the ability to allow you to have your phone case on there, which I don't think is something standard with any other controller that I've seen out there. Most of them do require you to take off the case. Now, where the real magic lies in, besides the ELO app, which is actually really nice, are these two joysticks. So we take these protectors off. Now, they're protected for a reason. These are really, really nice joysticks. In fact, they have a texture on top here, almost like the Xbox Series X controllers with that textured round grip. It's indented here, concave, if you will. Very nice joysticks. They also light up. But these are Hall effect joysticks, so they will not be drifting on you. So these are essentially drift proof. Something that I don't think is really offered on any mobile controller. Again, this is going to be, I think this retails for about 150 bucks. If I'm mistaken, you'll see something here on the screen. They're really targeting this for high-end gamers, serious mobile gamers, someone that, like me maybe, that will jump from my phone to my iPad and back and forth. So this is a wide extension, something you're not going to see from other devices because it wants the iPad and the Android tablets to fit in there as well, as long as it's USB-C capable. Now, that's very, very cool. So I have another controller. Give me 1 second as I ruffle around. You probably can't hear me back there, screaming from the other side of the room. Where is it? Where's the other one? I should have had this laid out before, but this is the life of a fake influencer. So we have here, this is the game partnership with Game Vice. This is Razor's. I think the Kraken, whatever it's called. I don't have the box for this thing anymore. This was my main gaming device on the go. And you can tell just by size comparisons. This one is a little more portable, sure, but there are a couple issues with this one. One, it's incredibly flimsy, right? So with your phone in there and wanting to support, it is not nice. These joysticks are a lot weaker. They're not Hall effect, right? So they are prone to drift. And the buttons are membrane. They don't have that distinctive click to them. And so it just feels a little bit softer. Now again, a lot cheaper in cost and just a different type of device. But this is something you can kind of expect in this market. And this is just something totally different. And even just the sturdiness of this, it feels nicer. And there's so much you can do with this if you're a serious gamer. So that is the unboxing for this fantastic. Let's see if there's anything underneath here. Let's see. Oh, there's actually more for this little kit. So let's see what we have. Okay, actually, this is cool. So I talked about this just a second ago. Let's see if I can angle the camera down a little bit. These are the spacer kits, and they are each numbered. Let's put these back here so that you can space whatever device you have in there. If you can hear my cat back there, he is absolutely enthralled with all this stuff that came out of this box making all this noise. So you have a number of them here: 09, 19, 29, 54, 49, and 39. And I assume these are going to line up with different phones and styles. They do feel like, closing up on me, different widths and such. We can get a closer look at some of these here in the light. And you can make adjustments. So let's see what's in the kit that is going to come with it. And I'm trying not to be a mongrel and destroy everything. Here we go. So here is the controller product manual. So if you can look. Thank you for joining the ELO Gaming Revolution. So here's what's included. You get the Vagabond controller, which is this one. You get 12 phone adapters and a guide, and then you get a user safety manual. Okay, so this is a nice manual here, laid out like this. Full color, serious paper, not cheap at all. And that's the controller, your safety guide, and the rest. Okay, so we'll put this off to the side. Here we go. This is one that I want to look at. This is the adapter selector. So if you have a phone here, you're not going to need one. and then you slide your phone to each one of these little devices, and depending on what it is, you match that up with a number, and your adapter will work just fine. And your adapter will work just fine. I gotta come back from that. That's cool. Okay, get a little sticker, so that's going on the old computer, and that's what's included there. So I think that's really interesting. I don't have a phone on me, and I don't have my new iPad on me, so we're gonna have to.
Calling code is +1.
Well, thanks, computer. I don't know why I asked for the USA calling code, but technology here is going on the fritz. So you can fill this out right here or slide your phone in. This one, I'm actually doing it right here on camera since I'm using my phone to record. Okay, it doesn't fit there. This one is a 19. So if I wanted to use this phone that's currently recording best on this device to add some more stability, I would use 19. And this is a Google Pixel 6, I believe, would be this one right there. Okay, and if you had a case on it, you might be a little bit higher. But it goes down pretty thin. So down here for 54, this looks like it might be like an older iPhone. Do I have my old iPhone around here? I don't think I do. But that's how that works. So this is the unboxing for the ELO Vagabond, the ultimate mobile gaming controller. There'll be a link in the description if you want to check out one of these for yourself from their website. We don't get any affiliation links from that. We don't make any money from any of that. So you can just go there and check it out themselves. But if you do want to help out this channel, if you want more reviews, if you want to cover more kind of out there tech or new emerging stuff, let us know in the comments below what you'd like to see. The best way to help us is to like, comment, and subscribe to follow us. We do all sorts of things. We have live streams weekly for all sorts of cool things in games. We are archiving stuff. We are doing a little bit of everything. So thank you for watching. Let us know in the comments if you think about or planning on getting one of these, or it's piqued your interest, or what your favorite mobile gaming controller is, and maybe we'll go and take a look at that. So until next time, thank you guys for watching, and we'll leave you with some footage of the ELO in action. Okay, so we're here showing a little bit of gameplay using this controller, the Vagabond. I just loaded up Game Pass here. Don't have the greatest cloud connection because the internet here in this particular space, but I figured this would be the best way to kind of show off some of the controller's functions. And it's going to be impossible to play here because I am playing through a viewfinder onto a phone screen. But it's nice. So we can actually go over some of the features that we didn't talk about during the unboxing here. That's going to be very cool. So we'll reload there. So there is no Bluetooth in this device for those that might be wondering. This is a direct connection device here. The charging port is a pass-through only. So if you want to charge your phone as you play for long gaming sessions, you can do that. There is no battery built into this device. It helps keeps it light that way. Now, for those wondering, the response time. So they claim a 1 millisecond response time with the phone's operating system, and it is pretty good, minus some of the cloud gaming issues that we're having here. I can't actually tell the difference between this and anything else. So that's pretty cool. Now, this is compatible with iOS and Android, iPhone Plus 15, and the iPad Mini. It extends quite a bit out, so this is pretty good. In terms of buttons and controls, it's a fully mechanical buttons, which you can tell. So the response time and the styling on these is as good as it gets, and they're clicky, so you don't hear, they're not incredibly loud, but they're not that membrane, so they have some response to them. The bumpers and the D-pad, micro switches on those, so they go pretty quick in terms of adjustments. So if you're going to be emulating devices on this old school PS1, PS2 and stuff, you're going to be doing pretty well on that. Now, this is universal compatibility. If you can see here, I'm using, I believe, the 19 to hold this phone in, and that's going to negate that little space you have in between there and give this a pretty solid feel. Now, for those joysticks, I know people were wondering about them. They are HAL sensors on these joysticks so that you're not going to have any drifting. There is an app included when you download that has calibration and all that stuff built in. It also has key mapping built in, so you can change around what these keys do to however you feel. And these down here, of course, are macro switches, so you can program anything you want to them to help you out there. These are menu buttons we figured out. This is a dedicated screenshot button there in terms of this game, and each do everything else. This is your home button, which takes you to the ELO app. Now, that app itself is still growing, so as long as the game features Android HID support, you can just plug this in and go. So if you have a really strong connection and are a fan of Game Pass, this is one of the most comfortable ways you can play it. These joysticks are probably better than 99% of those you're going to find on these types of devices. So that is easily recommended. Now, your favorite mobile game, PUBG, Call of Duty, they should support this as soon as you plug it in, considering it's not Bluetooth, and you should be able to play just fine. As you can see here, jumping controls. I honestly am pretty surprised, cloud issues aside, that this feels just as good as any controller right now. I love the sounds of these buttons, clicky controls. I'm not going to suffer any issues with this play-wise. Now, it is light. It isn't the lightest thing out there, but it is portable at the very least if you're serious about it. Now, the width on this one is 204 millimeters. The height on this is 108 millimeters. And the depth on this one seems to be, I think, 81 millimeters. Now, the one I have here is their first release. So these are essentially their final prototype builds that went out to media and stuff, and what they were showing off at CES. They say the official releases that we have that are out now available, you can go buy them on the ELO store and the ELO store, the Vagabond, are much better. I honestly don't know how they would be able to do that, because I think this is already pretty good. In terms of connections, it's fine. The USB-C works well. It's angled, so it does adjust. As long as you pick the right spacer, you're fine, and it's solid. A lot more solid than, say, the Razer Kishi that we have before us. And yeah, I think this is one of the top-of-the-line controllers for mobile, if not the top-of-the-line controller, simply because of its extension. It spreads out farther than any other controller, and it is compatible with iPads, especially the iPad mini extension-wise, which is my preferred method of portable gaming, is the iPad mini and those Android tablets along that side. As long as it's USB-C compatible, you are fine. I don't know if they offer an old Lightning one. I don't believe they do, but I don't know. This is actually getting me excited to play mobily. Let's switch weapons here. What do we have? So now that the connection's a little more stable, you can kind of see that everything seems to work fine. I'm having absolutely no issues, and I don't normally play Game Pass through cloud gaming, simply because I'm not going to use the touchscreen, and if I have to set up a controller, I got to put my phone on a stand, and the controller that I have, the Razer Kishi, which I do use when I travel for emulation and stuff like that, works fine, but it's uncomfortable in terms of sizing in my hand. This is shaped more like a regular controller, just split kind of down the middle. So if you are looking for one, this is an option. I think it's a pretty good option. I don't believe you can get this anywhere else right now other than the ELO website. I think they are the only ones selling it through there. I assume eventually it'll be on Amazon and other major retailers, but this is pretty new since it just released this summer, within the last month. So if you're interested, you have any questions, comments about this device, let us know in the comments below. By the time this video goes up, we will have had it in action for a couple of weeks. So we have a better understanding of it, and we can get back to you with any questions you may have in terms of functionality and such. And I'm sure by then the application will have more support for more games and the like. But this is it. This is the ELO Vagabond controller with the HAL joysticks and the buttons and the micro switches. It feels really, really good. So let us know in the comments below. Thank you for watching this video, and we'll see you again in the next one. Bye-bye.